Have you ever been in a conversation where it felt like no matter how much you spoke, no one was really listening? Or maybe you've seen someone enter a room, say almost nothing, and still manage to command attention and respect. How does that happen? What makes them stand out without even speaking? In psychology and personal development, silence is one of the most underrated tools we have. When used with purpose, silence can speak louder than words. It can show strength, confidence, and self-awareness. But here's the key. It's not about being quiet because you have nothing to say. It's about choosing silence as a strategy and understanding how it affects the people around you. Think back to a time when someone in a group chose to stay silent. What did you think? You probably paid more attention to them, maybe even wondered what they were thinking. That's the first sign of silence's power. It creates curiosity. Curiosity is a powerful force. When someone is quiet, others become interested. They want to know more. That mystery makes the silent person seem more thoughtful and in control. And when something or someone is hard to read, we tend to value it more. Silence in that way builds respect. To understand why silence has such an impact, let's look at what science tells us. Studies in social psychology show that silent people are often seen as more competent and more powerful. This is part of what researchers call the silent treatment effect. When you hold back from speaking, you show you're not desperate for attention or approval. You're calm, you're in control, and that creates a powerful impression. We see this in real life, whether it's a business meeting, a networking event, or even a casual gathering. The person who stays composed and speaks only when necessary often gets the most respect. But don't mistake silence for coldness. It's not about ignoring others. It's about being intentional. When you choose to be silent, you're letting your presence do the talking. And when you finally speak, people listen. So, how do you use silence to earn respect? Think of someone you admire, someone who seems to have natural authority. They don't yell to be heard. They don't dominate every conversation. Instead, they speak with purpose, and often they don't speak much at all. They're secret. They understand the value of timing. They know when to speak and when not to. In a world where everyone is trying to be heard, silence sets you apart. Most people rush to fill every quiet moment. But when you're comfortable with silence, it shows that you don't need validation. You're confident in yourself. And something interesting happens when you're silent. Other people start talking more. They reveal more. They fill the space. And sometimes that tells you more than words ever could. You gain insight, you stay in control, and you earn quiet respect. So how can you use silence in your everyday interactions? Start with awareness. Pay attention to how often you speak and ask yourself why. Are you adding value or just avoiding awkwardness? Then practice pausing. Before you respond in a conversation, take a beat. Breathe. Let the silence sit for a moment. You'll find your words come out more clearly and more powerfully. Finally, learn to be okay with discomfort. Silence can feel awkward at first, but over time it becomes a strength. When you're at ease with silence, people notice. They see you as someone who doesn't need to prove themselves, someone who's confident and in control. Silence isn't about saying nothing. It's about choosing when to speak, and knowing that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay quiet. Next time you're in a meeting or a conversation, try this. Instead of jumping in, hold back. Let others wonder what you're thinking. Let them lean in. Let them earn your words. Because real power doesn't always speak loudly. Sometimes it doesn't need to speak at all.